We do have a spotlight tonight, and I'd like to introduce Scott Lodge. He is the president of the newly formed Bristol Little League. He's here tonight with Vicki Serica, the new secretary, and Brett Karen, the second vice president. And I'd like to ask Scott to come forward.
Go ahead, Scott. See if they can hear you.
Hopefully everybody can hear me. Just as a quick recap for those that didn't, Bristol Little League came together by all three leagues, PK, Forestville, and Edgewood, deciding to take a leap of faith and come together, create something new for our city. We are a board of 15. We took 5 people from each of the 3 leagues to make sure that every league had equal representation, but we still kept it at an odd number. Working together, we have put together a new Facebook page. We're also on Instagram, and bristolctll.com is our webpage. We introduced ourselves recently on our Facebook page through a video put together by our communications director, John Murray, our lead tech guy. That video actually made it all the way to support. Stephen Keener, president of Little League, saw the video and put it out to all of the district administrators within Little League to use that as a way to introduce yourselves to your league, which I thought was amazing. That blew me away that it got that far. So we are also, we had a great article by David Greenleaf that went out yesterday in the press to help give a little bit more background on who we are and how we got here. We're really looking to get out into the community as much as we can, because obviously we're going to take it very seriously that we are Bristol Little League first and foremost. We have our first fundraiser coming up in January 18th. Where as a new league, we're also going to be working with a new business in Cravings on the 18th, and it's going to be a day-long fundraiser working with them. So new league, new business. It seemed like a perfect opportunity to thank you to our team and getting that together. It's a start of what we want to do. Get out more with local businesses, be a part of the fabric of the community. Really looking to create something that is going to be just really beneficial to the children and families. We are looking to start registration on January 1st. That way, everybody registered, start putting together tryouts, putting teams. But January 1 is going to be our launch date. And I think we wanted to be known that every child in the city, if they're willing and eligible, they're going to be able to play. I think that's a key for us. We're open to everyone. We're not going to turn anyone away. As a Texas M company, as a organization through Little League, that's what they choose, so that's what we follow. And it's going to be really important to get that out there. In addition, we're working with parks, work with the Board of Ed. Mayor's already been great for us to help really build ourselves as a community. We're going to work with parks to help with our facilities. And I was even in conversations earlier today with Josh Medeiros about the possibility, or to my knowledge, the first time ever, having our juniors and seniors teams play at Muzzy Field if it's available. I think that would be a great way to bring our league into our historic diamond. I know the facility is undergoing substantial renovations on the field, but hopefully come late summer, late spring, early summer, we can put something together. But if not for this year, because there's scheduling or addition to the field, we're at least getting those conversations started to allow for that, which I think would be great. I'm just really thankful for the support that we've received so far. With most of, it's very easy for things to be negative these days, but a lot of the comments that we've been seeing have been very positive. So everybody is looking forward to this, and we're looking forward to making sure that they have a good experience, and that the trust that we're building is going to be built upon and be something that we can really hang our hats on going forward.
One question from one of my McCabe alumni. What's the deal with the city series now, since that tradition is going to be hard to adapt?
I think
Where's the trophy going?
Well, we'll find a place for it. Right now, the trophy does actually reside in Forestville, because the last time we had one in Forestville.
Right.
But I do think going forward, we'll find a home for it. We can still call it City Series. I know Bristol Girls refers to their league championship as City Series, and we can keep that going forward. One of the things that we're looking to do is be mindful of the past
because there's a lot of history in the city. So we want to be mindful of that and look for opportunities to acknowledge that. I mean, even going, looking at our logo combines the colors, blue, green, red, used by all the leagues over the history. Anytime you see anything on the logo, we have a few different logos. If it's 3 home plates or 3 stars, that's a nod to the 3 leagues themselves that came together as one. So looking at opportunities for that to still have something, and hopefully this year we can actually try to get it done for All-Stars instead of September when everybody's already packed it in for the year. But that will obviously come down to how early All-Star starts this year, field availability, and things like that. But we'll plan on having a league championship, which is good. You can still call it the City Series. We still have the trophy. The trophy has the plaques for all the history. There's no reason to go away from that.
Excuse me, Scott. All right. Are you going to have both majors and minors?
Yes. We plan on starting T-ball all the way up. So it'll be
the way it always has been.
Yeah, the way it's always been. So we'll have T-ball, A, which is predominantly a coach pitch. Double A will be start to introduce kids pitching. Triple A, traditional minors, majors. We're going to have a 50-70 division, which is moving slightly up before you get to the big diamond. And then we will have juniors and seniors on the big diamond.
And you're still going to draft players?
Yes. We plan on doing a draft this year at AAA and majors and building it that way. So one of the things that we're going to be mindful of, especially with the younger divisions, is to try to build teams around where they live and the field's closest to them. Having the biggest win in all of this was retaining all 3 facilities, because by doing that, we're able to leverage them even more than we were when we were 3 individual leagues. So one of the things that we will look to try to do as best we can is for those younger divisions, try to keep them close to the fields closest to them. And then when you get to AAA on up, now you're doing a draft, and now you're building teams that way. The great thing is now it will be known citywide that you can start at 4 and graduate at 16. Having them all the way through the program, because that's always been there, but I don't know if everybody always knew it, unless it was just part of the fabric of what you did. So the fact that we'll get that out there too will be helpful.
That's an incredible feeder system for the high schools. You have that. Any other questions? Do you want to just quickly recognize your board members that have joined us online in here? There's quite a few of them, which really is a great reflection of the enthusiasm and the thoughtful way that this is being rolled out. I see
David Greenleaf up there. I see Doreen Dozikowski. David Greenleaf will be our player agent, and he's basically our league historian. I see Doreen Dozikowski will be working with our concessions this year. Tiffany Karen is helping with fundraising. So Tiffany, again, thank you for your help in getting our first fundraiser up and running. John Murray, who I see, is our lead technical guy, basically our communications director, but he wears the hats of pretty much all of our tech stuff.
We might need to borrow him.
Trying to see what else. I don't recognize a lot of the phone numbers, but to anybody that is there from the league tonight, thank you very much for attending and supporting, and to Brett and Vicky for coming to be with us tonight. It's really appreciate all the efforts behind everybody. This board so far has just been phenomenal. We've been meeting weekly to make sure we get out in front of everything, and the energy that everybody's bringing in just hopefully a month since we've incorporated, we carry that through. We're going to do great things, and we're looking forward to it.
There's so many opportunities too with Lindsay, and the fact that you won't be having to practice on little squares of grass throughout the city. Yeah. For those of us who have been involved over the years, seeing the numbers decline a little bit as kids got interested in other sports and that type of thing, we've all felt that this is something that should have been done. But it's hard when you have kids approaching that magical 12-year-old year, and you don't want to deprive them of those experiences. So I really give you a lot of credit for getting it done, because I think it's going to be a very good position for the kids involved in baseball for this town.
Thank you. That was the hardest part. When we have people on our board whose children are entering their 12-year-old year, and that's difficult. And that's something that we have to be really cognizant of too, because they were always expecting to graduate as a McCabe player, as an Edgewood player, as a Forestville player. So that would be something to keep in mind. But being able to practice on actual baseball fields will be a world of difference. And that's something that, like I said, I do think we're going to make more use of the facilities as one league than we did when it was 3 separate leagues in 3 separate facilities, so we can leverage a lot more of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here tonight. Thanks, everyone.